Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Ju and I'm here for the match review of AC Milan against Juventus. Match I finished moments ago at the San Siro, where Milan lost 2-1 with goals coming in for Mandzukic and Pogba for Juventus and Alex for Milan. Now before I get started, sorry if my voice sounds a bit funny, I have a bad cold. But speaking about the match, Milan actually had a game of two halves. In the first half, we actually played really well. I was impressed with how we came out with full determination and grit. And it showed that Milan was a team that was in a retreat for the whole week. And they were training hard in order to win this match. And I appreciated that. I appreciated how we came out, fought for every ball, created chances. And we even got into the lead in this game with Alex scoring from Balotelli's corner kick. So I was very impressed of all this. It wasn't long after, however, that Mandzukic actually tied it for Juventus. And I wouldn't say it was from that moment that it kind of went downhill for Milan. But I have to say, as soon as the second half started, we completely vanished. It wasn't the same Milan team that we saw in the first half. And this is a tendency that doesn't occur only this season, but it's been going on for years, where we've been playing for a certain amount of time in a positive way, with the right mentality, and then after that, we slowly die out. And you just can't let that happen against Juventus. Now, Juventus, they weren't the best of teams today. In my opinion, Milan deserved the win in terms of chances created. And yet, at the end of the day, yes, they finished more chances, they won the game, but in my opinion, they really didn't deserve it as much as we did. But, once again, this kind of tells you where the two teams stand at the moment. A team like Juventus that requires minimal effort in order to win games, and they can even afford not to be perfect on a given day to win the games. And then you got Milan, a team that even though they try very hard for a certain amount of time, not the full 90 minutes, they can't get the result that they want. Now, it's 5 games in a row, guys, that we don't pick up a win. If it wasn't a problem back then, it's definitely a problem now. Because, yes, even though Sassuolo lost their game today, and we're still ahead of them, we can't just rely on other teams' misfortunes for our own sake of qualifying to the Europa League. We're going to have to win games on our own. And definitely, the next few games are favorable to us, but once again, anything is possible with this Milan side, and they just don't give that confidence to the fans that we need. The confidence that tells us, okay, we're actually gonna have a good end of season, a positive end to the season. But getting back to the game, guys, I want to focus on some individuals. I think there's gonna be a lot of mixed reactions on Balotelli, not only in this video in terms of comments, but also on social media. When he came off in the second half, he was whistled by the San Siro crowd. And I think it was a bit harsh from the crowd because, honestly speaking, he had a very positive first half. He created lots of chances, assisted Alex's goal. And yes, I do understand that he had to finish that chance in the second half where Buffon gave a rebound right to his feet and he didn't convert it. I understand that. But in my opinion, today we saw Balotelli that still wants to do something. And I know a lot of people are going to give him crap. But he still was, I think, the only player up front that was able to actually give a spark to this Milan side for that time being. Bacca today, a ghost, a complete ghost. Bonaventura as well. I hate to say this, but Bacca and Bonaventura are two of our fundamental players in this team and this season all along. But it's been a couple of games that they've been out of form and they haven't been performing for Milan in this time of crisis. And this is not the time that we could afford the leaders of this team playing like the rest. We need in this time players like these guys to lift up the team from the crisis and actually get us results. So those are two players that I didn't really like how they played today, and I'm pretty sure you guys could agree too. They were like ghosts, in my opinion. As far as the defense goes, the goals were avoidable. Honestly speaking, Juventus goals were avoidable. Uh, the first goal, there was a bit of a miscommunication. In the second goal, Abate could have done better. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, yes, he got pushed by Pogba. But, you're still expecting him to do better than that. Now, I want to speak a bit about the Montolivo situation today because, once again, lots of chaos, lots of confusion, not only from the team, but also from the manager to translate things onto the pitch and so forth. It's a big confusion, guys, from A to Z. I just don't get it. But let's continue with the story. For those of you that didn't watch the match, at a certain point in the second half, Locatelli was supposed to come on for Montolivo. So at this point, everything is ready. He's set to come on. The board goes up, and all of a sudden, Montolivo says he still wants to play, and he wasn't injured or something. So as soon as Mihajlovic heard that, Locatelli was pulled back and never came on. Now apparently Montolivo was saying that he tried to tell Mihajlovic that Balotelli had to come off instead due to some problem. And once again, this is a lot of miscommunication. You can't have things like that in the middle of the match just influencing your time and also the mood of the players, Locatelli is set to come on to make his debut for Milan, and out of nowhere, you're not playing anymore. Like, how are you supposed to feel like that after? It's not right in my opinion, and there needs to be better communication from the team in general. If this was a week in a retreat, all the players were together for a week, confronting each other, talking some sense into each other. But yet again, what good did it do? We played good for 30 minutes. That's it. That was the end of the story. A whole week of retreat for 30 minutes. Like, we can't afford that. We just can't. Anyways, at the end of the day, it's another loss. Like I mentioned, it's 5 games in a row that we don't pick up a win. But next week we're playing Sampdoria. Hopefully we'll pick up the win because we really need it. Honestly, there's no more excuses because from now on we actually have a pretty favorable schedule with the exception of playing Roma in the last week. But I'm disappointed because I'm sure we could have got this win today with the chances we created. And Juventus, they didn't really have that much of a good game where you could say, yes, they deserve to win. I think Milan deserved it more, but at the end of the day, we weren't able to actually finish like we haven't been all season round. But anyways, guys, let me know your comments in the comment section below on the game. What did you think about Milan? Did we deserve to win? Did Juventus deserve to win? What did you think about Balotelli? What do you think about Bacca and Bonaventura not stepping up? What did you think about Montolivo and the Locatelli situation? I'm curious to know your thoughts, so let me know in the comment section below, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to Rossoneri TV to stay updated with everything related to AC Milan, and I'll catch you guys later for some more videos. This has been Gio, signing off from Rossoneri TV, and as always, Forza Milan!